Alexander, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today with you.
We appreciate you agreeing to record this installment of the Elementary Teacher Spotlight interview.
Well, I'm delighted to be the Teacher Spotlight for today.
All right, well, I have a few questions for you, so let's get started.
Okay.
Tell us who you are and what do you do here at Horizon Elementary?
Well, I'm Amara Alexander. I've been teaching for 8 years. This will be my third year here at Horizon. I teach 6th grade science, which is phenomenal. I love doing it. And I also am over the after-school program here at Horizon.
So how did you become a teacher? Tell us your story.
Well, oddly enough, it was not my first passion. My mother was an educator, and you know how we are, we just do not like to follow in our mother's footsteps. But oddly enough, I did. I majored in elementary education at Alabama A&M, and it's my love. I enjoy what I do. I love inspiring kids. I love being able to connect with students that I have each year, and so I followed in my mother's footsteps and became an educator like her.
I bet your mom was excited now.
Yes, she is, and it's fun. Now that I teach science, on April 22nd, when we had celebrate Earth Day, I was actually one of her students when I was in college, and we did something called the Garbage Shuffle. So April 22nd, I look forward to that day, not only to celebrate Earth Day, but it's also the day that she comes in my classroom and we also teach together. So she is, yes. She enjoys that, so something that we look forward to every year.
Well, that kind of leads to the next question. Sounds like you're very passionate about it. So what other passions? So what's your biggest passion that drives you teaching?
For me, it's inspiring. You know, we all have had, or I hope that each of us have had a teacher that's inspired them. For me, it was my high school cheerleading coach who just kind of pushed me to the next level, saying, you know, hey, Amara, you can do it, you can do it. And so as I became a teacher, I just hope that I'm inspiring children to go to the next level, to believe in themselves. I hope also, as I'm teaching science, that I'm inspiring them. In my mind, I'm teaching the future scientists and engineers of the world, you know, because, you know, start here in Madison, you can go anywhere. And so I hope, since us being the community that has scientists and engineers and students are exposed to Warner von Braun and they have the opportunity to go to the Space and Rocket Center and Marshall Space Flight, that's my goal, for my students to be those next scientists and engineers that are launching off with SLS and looking at Dream Chaser. So that's my goal. That's what drives me, or my students.
That's a wonderful goal. And I know when you have high expectations, they rise up to expectations.
Oh, definitely so. Definitely so. When you come with a ball of energy, they're like, hey, let's go.
I'm expecting some Nobel Prize winners coming out of your classroom soon.
I hope so. Look forward to that in the next 10 years.
And sounds like you're doing a lot of great things in your classroom. So could you share something that could inspire other teachers that you do?
I think for me, the students now, they're 21st century learners. They love technology. You know, the old way of using a textbook is not the way kids learn now. If you look at your children, they're connected to an iPad, they're connected to an iPhone, or just any type of technology device. You have to be able to pull that technology into learning and making it purposeful, not just with a game. So I often use Edmodo in my classroom. We recently went to Google Classroom, so I'm looking forward to using that in my class this upcoming school year. We also use Kahoot as a way for kids to interact with each other through digital response. So being able to use technology is a great way to be able to reach students in the classroom.
The textbook movement is definitely growing among kids. They are ready to move on to other things.
Yes, yes,
they want us to jump.
Yes, yes, and to lose the textbook and to venture out into new.
Collaborate together, explore, partner, share.
Yes, 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 definitely using those tools and those techniques, because we want to create 21st century learners. You know, that's what they're asking for. And so for us to be up with the times and to move along, we have to be able to rise to their expectations, and so that we can meet their needs, and as well as for them to meet our expectations.
And since you teach science, I'm going to ask you the next question that's connected to what you teach. I know you're leading the effort to bring STEM curriculum into your school through Project Lead the Way. So could you tell us what Project Lead the Way is and how is it going to affect your school, and why are you so passionate about it?
I'm really excited about Project Lead the Way. Other schools in our area have adopted it, so I'm super thrilled that Madison City is going to be able to launch the program in our elementary classrooms. It's a lot of hands-on, and more so of hands-on. It teaches children critical thinking, and that's something that they've kind of lost, or they haven't been able to tap in. So Thinking about Project Lead the Way, it taps into critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. Those are 4 major components of Project Lead the Way. It's hands-on inquiry. It allows students to think outside the box. Okay, I'm going to give you a problem dealing with how does the arm bend and move, and then I'm going to move that into, okay, let's make a robot that moves like the joints. You know, so we're connecting real life problems to the science. So I'm really excited about what Project Lead the Way has to offer and what's this going to bring to our students to allow them to have critical thinking, allow them to think outside of the box, and for them to be their own scientists and engineers.
So is there a connection of Project Lead the Way to other areas like language arts and math and social studies possibly?
Yes, Project Lead the Way, it definitely connects to all other content areas. With Project Lead the Way, it's going to open up with a story. That's going to be your language arts, your reading piece of the component. And then it moves on into different types of projects. You have to, it builds upon himself. The program builds upon itself. So it does tap into mathematics, it taps into science, it taps into real life situations. So it does bridge in all types of contents just to Project Lead the Way.
It sounds like kids should be excited about it because this is real life learning, project-based, student-led almost.
Yes,
So
yes, it is. They should be very excited about it. So we're looking forward. We're going to launch off with the robotics and automation partner module of Project Lead the Way. So I'm really excited about it and what it's going to offer to our students here at Horizon and Madison City.
Isn't it amazing to see how education is developing and evolving, and now we're playing with robots and real life situations and
Yes,
things.
it's kind of like what you saw in the movies is actually becoming real life.
You know, right?
Yeah,
So
it
where
is.
do you think we're going to be in 5 years and 10 years and 15 years in education?
I think in the next 10 years, textbooks will be gone. We'll be more digitally advanced. Hopefully we'll be one-to-one, where students will either have iPads or laptops or whatever the new grand technology is that we will have. Maybe we will have robots in the classroom. Hopefully we don't lose the teacher, but things are moving so advanced nowadays, you just never really know, but I do see the textbooks being gone out of the classroom.
And I don't think we'll lose the teacher. I think the teacher is always going to be there as a facilitator, and we have to have human connection, so that will have to stay.
Yeah, hopefully so.
We're humans, we're not robots. What that we haven't talked about, you feel the need, the urge to share with the rest of the Madison City Schools or rest of our community?
Well, one, Madison City is a great place. I've enjoyed my time here at Madison City and the connections that I've made with fellow teachers from around the district. So it's an excellent place to be here just to grow and learn and to develop your craft as a teacher. I think another thing I just like teachers know, just have a passion and roll with it. Mine is teaching. I love what I do. I love connecting with my students. I love singing and dancing in my classroom. If you just happen to come through one day, you might see me singing a Mr. Parr song about science, or us just rocking to whatever subject that we're studying in science. So I enjoy what I do. I am very passionate about it. I'm looking forward to what the next year has to offer, and just really excited about Project Lead the Way and the other things that are rolling out here in Madison City.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you volunteering to do the interview with us.
Thank you so much.